soon. New wheels coming very soon. Got the beam today, buddy. I think it's probably time for me to turn my cold start back off because it's so loud. My neighbors probably hate me. Oh, springtime. There's no winning at all. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today the F30 is with me and we're gonna be doing some more tuning. Actually, Boot Mode released another update. Thank you to all the subscribers who are alerting me to this because I'm not always up to date. It's hard to stay up to date on everything F30, so I really appreciate anyone who's ever recommended that. Today we're gonna be doing the transmission tune from Boot Mode. So you guys know that they do like the ECU tunes that control your boost, your engine, and all that good stuff. This is actually for the transmission, and I'll show you what the upgrade looks like and what they say it does for the F30. We'll go ahead, hop back in here, do some tuning, and then we'll go for a spin and see how it does. Grab the OBD, get this laptop ready to rock. I did want to touch base with you guys on version 4.3 of the Boot Mode tune that we did last week, the stage 2 tune. Now that I've been driving on it for a week and I've put probably a couple hundred miles on the car, I don't know if the 12 going full 12 aggressive on the tune is very good for your car. What I'm actually going to do also while we have the laptop out, I'm going to dial down the aggression a little bit. Got a recommendation from, I believe it was Fate_F30, so thank you, man. I got a recommendation on some specs that he runs and says it's not mild, like it's still gunshots, but it's a little toned down from what I have right now. Right now it's gunshots every time I let off the gas, even if I'm rolling into like 3 miles an hour into a stoplight. It's a little unnecessary. So what I'm gonna do is do the transmission tune and update the actual ECU tune to dial back the burble just a little bit. So I'm not going to do a screenshot for this because you guys have seen me tune this F30 quite a few times, so I'm going to save you that. I'm going to go over to my maps first, go over to the new map that we just did, version 4.3. I want to go up to configure. What I'm going to do is change these settings a little bit. Duration, I'm actually going to drop down to 1.5, so that way it's more of a loud bang and just one of them or two of them and not just going on for 3 seconds. Kind of a lot when you're just like making gunshots all the time. And then I'm also going to turn the aggression down to like 8. That would be a good starting point. Minimum speed I'm also going to up to about 8 miles an hour. That way when I'm coming to a dead stop and I'm not trying to be reckless and just making a ton of noise. So min speed we'll leave at 8. That way I can still roll and do some cool stuff if I want to, but it's not going to be going pop pop bang every time I come to a stoplight. Max speed we're going to leave that. Min RPM I'm going to go ahead and leave all that, and we're also going to change the cold start to off just because I feel like I'm pissing a lot of people off, especially my neighbors. As always, make sure you have your seatbelt on, make sure the lights and the air conditioning and stuff aren't on. We'll turn the car on once. We'll go down here to hit flash and press here to flash now. While we're on the topic of tuning and the F30's motor and everything, I actually met some really awesome people this last weekend. The guys down at Mobile Auto Repair. Hugo, the owner, is actually a Euro specialist. And the guy has worked on Beamers, Bentleys, Audis, Benz, like all of the nice European cars. Hold on, flash is done, so we'll go ahead and hit OK.
1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000, 4, 1000, 5, 1000.
Should be able to start it up. And no more cold start. That's good. Back to what I was saying, Hugo is just a specialist when it comes to Euros. I asked him just to kind of put an ear to my motor while it's running, and this is my first BMW, so having it tuned, especially stage 2, and doing all this stuff DIY, like I've done it all myself, and I don't really know exactly how the engine should sound, so I wanted someone who does, and just to put an ear to it. We let it run for a while, we took off the cover and everything, and he actually said the motor is very solid. He said there's no leaks where there normally would be, there's no weird ticking. I actually learned that that ticking that naturally comes from the engine is not the timing chain. I actually thought it was the timing chain this whole time, which had me a little worried because I know that whole issue with the timing chains, and that ticking noise is actually the secondary fuel pump that is underneath the hood. He said it's running fine, that's how it's supposed to sound, and the car is actually in really good shape as far as the motor goes, so really psyched. Hugo, thank you for taking just a look at it, and it was really great to meet you guys. Now what we want to do is go down to transmission. You'll see back to stock. That's not what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing this one here. It's the Beta. You guys probably can't read that. It's the Beta upgraded 8-speed automatic TCU flash. It says boot mode 8-speed automatic transmission flash provides higher torque limits and more precise and faster shifts. It maximizes clamping force applied by the clutches, which is highly recommended on tuned vehicles. Like I said, this is my first BMW, and I'm not going to pretend to tell you guys that I know everything that is talking about. Nonetheless, I trust these guys. Pro Tuning Freaks has killed it nonstop, so we're going to go ahead and flash this, and I'll show you guys. I think the process is pretty much the same, though I've never done a transmission flash, so we're learning together. Flash TCU. We're going to go ahead and turn the car back on. We should be all set. Seatbelt is on. Let's go ahead and hit flash. Failed to download map. All right, well, that's not great for starters. Every time I hit the tune to flash the transmission, it says that it's having an issue downloading the map. I'm connected to Wi-Fi, and you guys saw me just flash the new map for the ECU, and that worked great. I'll probably reach out to Pro Tuning Freaks, see if there was an issue and they pulled the map back or something, but for some reason it's not letting me download it. So we'll pick this video up as soon as I figure this out. Peace. Got some bad news. We will not be tuning the transmission. I reached out to Pro Tuning Freaks, and they had told me that they had actually retracted the map because the beta version that they released wasn't quite ready. They didn't go into detail, but that's basically what they said. I didn't want this video to be a whole waste, so I figured I would do the Q&A that I accidentally forgot to do about a week ago. I'm gonna go ahead and answer some of your questions. Don't mind my nasty hands. I've been working on the Prelude. First question comes in from Jay's F30. How much did you spend for your bumpers? Some of you guys type too fast, I think. I think he was trying to say, how much did you spend on your bumpers to get them painted, and where did you get them installed en masse? Definitely answered this in prior videos, but I'll quickly just double back. I picked up my body kit, bumpers, lip, everything. They actually set up paint for me as well, and it was all shipped to me from California, and it was from European Society Motorsports. Pricing, I bought the kit 2 years ago, and I honestly don't even remember what I paid for it because I had it paint and everything included. I think the kit came out to somewhere around $1,000. I honestly don't remember because it was all kind of put together between that paint and shipping, so it's really hard to say exactly what I paid for it. Next question from my boy Trey.E39. What is your biggest problem automotively right now? Gotta be the Prelude. The F30 is great. The Prelude, I've been trying to tweak and fix vacuum lines and stuff. There's a really bad idle issue with it right now, so first thing I'm trying is just hoping to locate a vacuum leak. So that's what I'm working on. That's my biggest thing right now. I just really want to get the Prelude to be totally reliable, and not that it's running horrible, it's just idling really funky, and usually that's because of a vacuum leak. Salty_F30, best first mod. I think the best first mod is probably to change the thing that maybe you dislike the most. For me, as soon as I found out that I had the halogen headlights and I didn't have the angel eyes, I immediately found USR. Luckily, they had the Depot F30 headlights available, so I quickly ordered those and quickly installed them and quickly threw away those old halogens. So I would say whatever maybe you dislike the most first, just get rid of it and try and swap it out. F30 Anakin, what is the benefit of solely focusing on looks rather than performance? Well, I guess if you're parked, no one can know how fast your car is, right? But in all seriousness, I think it comes down to personal preference. I know I was focused on doing more of the visual things at first, and then I was going to move into the performance side of stuff. So each to their own, I guess. Sorry, man. I don't really have a better answer for that. Chris Naziadka. I hope I pronounced that right, man. Future car plans after the 328, 335, or something else. I'm really loving the 328 right now. I have no reason to change it up, but given the opportunity, I think I would skip the 335 and I would probably just go to an M series car. And I'm not saying I would go and get a brand new M or anything like that. If I were to get something newish, it would probably be more like an M2. If I were to get something old, it would probably be, and shout out to Shoemile, dude, E36 M3 is so sick, so just props to you, man. But either an E30 and E36 M3, that would be so nuts to just have that car and be able to build and work on that car. From my dude Mighty_Crosstrack, what's next for the Prelude? Well, you guys saw the wheels, so that is, or was kind of the next big thing. I haven't really started thinking about what's after that. I know right now I just really want to get the paint looking good, the trim pieces all put together and looking good. I'm also just enjoying the engine and everything as it is right now. It's such an old car and I really do appreciate it for that. So I'm just gonna keep, you know, going with the flow and trying to restore it as best as I can. And when I get the inspiration to do something big again, I will. And I will definitely update you guys once I do. Cherengaro_Mayor. I have an N20 2015. I am a big follower of yours and my dream is to have my car like yours. Thanks, man. I really do appreciate that. I think it's awesome to appreciate other people's builds and get inspiration from them. But at the end of the day, I think everybody needs to have their own build, and the last thing I would want is for somebody to kind of like replicate my car because maybe they thought they liked it a lot, but then they build it and they're like, oh, I would have done that different. Inspiration is cool and I'm so humbled and inspired to be able to inspire you guys, so that's sick. But yeah, just do your thing, make it your own, and enjoy it. Oof, my hands are gross. My glove broke on a couple fingers. I bet you can tell which ones. Man, I got so many questions. All right. Tyler Schaffer 25, you ever look into radar detectors? No, I used to have them back when I had a 99 Passat and a 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Those cars weren't even fast, so I don't know why I had one. Nowadays, I pretty much just use Waze. If I don't know where I'm going, Waze usually alerts me to when there's police. I know it's user-generated information, so sometimes people don't let you know, but when they do, it's chill. So, and also, like, I don't drive like an asshole 90% of the time. I'm usually pretty tame on the road, so no worries. It's a 3 Series. Wheel setups for the F30, I'm struggling on that right now and I just don't know what would look good. Well, that is a very unique question and a very unique response in the fact that you just have to decide, because anyone can tell you a set of wheels, and I mean, I don't know, I just constantly, when I was looking for wheels for the F30, I would just look through so many pages of websites and different companies and all sorts of wheels. Yes, I would think I found it and I would like it for a day, but then 2 days later I was on 2 different wheels. So I would say just wait until you know for sure and you're constantly like, these are the wheels I want to get. Like if you go like a couple weeks and you're still like, these are the wheels I want to get, then get those wheels because you'll probably be really happy with them. This one's from R35_Corey. Says, when you gonna wide body that thing? If we hit 50,000 subscribers, I will wide body the F30. Hands down, no questions asked. Untamed F30, what should I get first, coilovers or wheels? Keep grinding, bro. Love the content. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I wish I knew your guys' names because it's like awkward to be like, thank you, Untamed F30. Like, you know, I would have to be like, thanks, Nick. Now I forget the question. Okay, coilovers or wheels first? I would have to say coilovers first because in my opinion, on any car, if you're in the position to actually afford it and buy it, I would do coilovers, then wheels, then exhaust. In my opinion, I think most cars lowered look good on stock wheels unless your wheels are really lame, but that's just my opinion. I would do suspension first and then wheels, and the benefit of that also allows you to first learn what specs you can actually fit with the ride height that you're actually trying to accomplish, so that way you don't end up buying wheels twice and wasting a lot of money. That's gonna wrap it up though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to get this transmission tune installed soon, but we'll just have to be patient and wait. New merch dropping very soon. I am anticipating the order getting here this week, so could be live as soon as the weekend. You will no longer see this anymore. It's actually an entirely different style and altogether different. So I hand designed it and I'm just excited for you guys to see it, so stay tuned for that. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Peace.